so people could walk by and watch that. So that was really kind of my introduction to DMX. And we used like, so the whole last year in the whole sewer scene for Pennywise, it's all DMX lighting, and so it's a really intense progression and orchestra of lighting effects and stuff that's all synchronized into one system, which is really cool.
That finale scene that took place in the kind of it was our first real experience in getting to actually build a space, which was really cool. We
built it in July and we could leave it up for 4 months. It was awesome.
As opposed to
like a real haunt.
As opposed to we've got to take all of this down because people have to eat their cornflakes in the morning. It was cool, but that thing was a handoff of like 12 different pieces of technology. We had a Pico that triggered the whole thing to begin with. Then it triggered a separate Pico FX routine that happened simultaneously. We had a sprite player that controlled the projection and how that kind of progressed. The DMX was being handled through a Pico DMX like module that was running everything. So that helped with the fogger, the kind of backsplash, color changing lights.
The haunt was based on the legend of the Headless Horseman of the Mine, and I've never gotten to read that story, but I hope to get to someday.
You know, Cheryl just messaged me. It's on the wall as you're walking the haunt. You should probably, it was also in your welcome packet. Obviously, you signed it without reading, so.
It was in the terms and conditions.
Right. So is it like, and then everybody that, like most of the stuff as I've been looking through these pictures before we came on, it's definitely all a lot of home built stuff. So it's not a lot of, I'm going to go to, the big vendors and buy all this stuff.
Yeah, most of it is all home built. They kind of want to expand into getting some more stuff from like the bigger vendors, only a little bit here and there. But they enjoy building their own stuff.
Right.
So that's kind of why they've got what they've got right now.
Would you say you guys rely heavily on like your actors? Because I feel like you've got your haunts that rely heavily on like animatronics, and there's literally.
So what is your plan with him? I mean, he's ginormous. Is he going to sit in the garage? Is he going to sit out in the yard? Like, what is your plan? Because that's not something you can just put in your room.
Yeah, no, he's gonna go right by the entrance. So literally right when people start, he'll be right there because I want him front and center because he's a great attention drawer. But when cars are driving by, they'll see him because he's right by the road, and when people are in line, they'll see him as well and get to hear what he says.
Did you? Are you going to reprogram it so it says what you want it to say?
We already did. Yeah, when we went to the factory, we got custom lines for him.
Awesome.
Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Were those the lines that we heard at Transworld, or is it a separate one?
No, there's 2 buttons at Transworld. They were
like,
I love
Gary. He's 15 and he's hustling.
He's very inspirational. He's a hustler.
Yeah.
Not a hustler. He hustles.
We don't
all about the hustle.
We don't want Miles hustling.
No, not. You get out of 2020 or 1920 where hustling means something bad.
Oh, you mean like going to a pool hall and hustling somebody?
Yeah. That's you're just old.
I think the main thing is like, we all know people that are like, I can't find a job. I can't, like, we've got a 15-year-old that like is doing what he needs to do to get to where he needs to be. And I know people my age that could learn from you. And I mean, and that already in the whole industry, And
then, that is really cool. Yes. And you got all the pumpkins all the way around it. You got a nice.
Well, and I was trying to find themes, and I had themed one yard in skeletons one year, and this name, and I only do change themes once every 3 years for each area. Yep. So, but this year we're doing my driveway in our zombie research center. So we have the zombie containment box. We have 2 of these zombie barrels. I already have 1 door built in my single car garage for zombies, the zombie door. And we're going to do the entire 2-car garage with 3 or 4.
Well, it's Tuesday night, and you know what that means. The Haunt Hour. With your host, Troy Crivello. Susie Fleesick. And Dan Doble. Tonight's guest is the amazing Jonathan from Crypt in Edmonton, Canada.
So sit back, strap in,
Jonathan, what the hell?
The Haunt Tower.
Wow. Just wow.
I give up. I'm out. See ya.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
You had one job. His name is Joshua.
I swear to God.
Wow.
You know, Troy, every time I think, man, this guy's just busting his ass.
He's doing so good. And then he comes up with something like this.
Every episode.
I did that on Sunday night too. I did it a day earlier than I always do. And I was just like, I was recording it. I'm looking at the name on there. I'm looking, Jonathan.
Well, that's just fantastic.
Wow.
That's all.
I'm going to call him Jonathan all night.
Just saying.
I'm writing it down. Jonathan. Jonathan.
Yeah, you're right.
Josh, just remember,
Right.
you're sitting in the green room right now. Who knows who your name is and who doesn't? Because I know who you are, Josh.
I don't know what's going on.
We should call him
It's so hot in
Joshathan.
here. And so
Joshathan. Let's call him Joshathan. I'm writing that down.
Joshathan for the night. Welcome everybody to another fantastic Haunt Hour. Season 3,
Joshathan.
episode 15.
Oh, it's not fantastic. I don't know who said it's fantastic. I don't know.
Well, you probably don't think it's fantastic, but that doesn't mean that we don't think it's fantastic.
We're not fucking up. We're not the ones fucking up. Me and him. Good.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. How is everybody tonight? We already know how Troy is.
It was great.
He was great to the last couple words.
That close.
Yes. Every time.
We're great. Me and Susie are dealing with allergies because the earth sucks.
I'm not.
I'm okay.
So
I'm all right right now.
So if
I'm all right.
if we
It's only at work when
okay.
I'm making people's coffee, and then I just sneeze in it. So that's going real good.
Fantastic. Little piece of Susie every time you come in.
So you're allergic to coffee?
That's so gross. My hairs, I will say, this is horrible.
Oh, that's it.
On opening day, let me say this. On opening day, we got a private message on our Facebook page, and they were like, "Oh my God, the coffee's amazing. I just wanted to let you know there was a hair in mine."
Oh my God.
On our opening day, and I was like,
and Micah's like, wasn't me.
Micah's definitely like, it wasn't me. Jesus. And I was like, son of a bitch. I knew it was mine. Here's why. The paper was coming for our ribbon cutting. And I was like, I can't have my hair back. I have to have my hair down. So I had my hair down and styled. And I was like, this is it. This is the last day. The only day I'll ever have my hair down. Because I've worked in the food industry for years. And so I didn't put it back. And then a hair ended up in somebody's coffee. However, it's happened quite a few times, even with my hair up. I catch it normally. I'll be just like stirring a drink. I'm like, fuck. So yeah, I am losing hair, a lot of it.
Right.
And it's going into everybody's coffee.
Oh my gosh.
I wear my hair up every single day, but it's, I don't know, something about, I shed a lot. I have a lot of hair that I'm shedding. And I'm also middle-aged. So I am a woman, and you know what happens? Everything is menopause right now. Everything. And that's what that is.
Even if it's not, it is.
It is. No, it is. Any women on here?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Whatever you say.
It is. So yeah. Anyway, enough about my hair.
destroy you. All right.
He's like glitching really bad.
I'm trying. We're gonna have technical difficulties tonight. I can already tell you that.
It's okay.
Yeah,
We'll do our best. We'll patch it together. Susie and I will toe the line for you.
We got this.
We're
We
gonna do
got
our
this.
best.
Yeah.
You know what? And
we'll be fine.
Right. Well, so what we're gonna do so we can start getting through this stuff, and I can start taking some tabs off of my computer, and that might let it run a little faster. Is we're gonna get to some amazing news. See how long it takes.
Haunting news.
That sounded like somebody was on the toilet. Haunting news.
Panties around the ankles.
Oh, dang.
All right.
Too much Taco Bell. Go ahead.
I have to wait for it to load up. I just want to go home. I just want to go home.
Oh my gosh.
I think we're just gonna do pictures. Can we just
the reason I'm bringing this up is because I got it. Okay, so we have a new horror anthology movie coming out titled 6, and there are like 6 different stories in this thing. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because a certain haunter is in these, I believe 2 of these movies, or I think she's in Frida's Evil Origin segment. And it is Misty Wagner from Texas. She actually came here to Oregon to film that part. That whole segment was filmed at the Roloff Farms, which is where Little People Big World used to live. Well, they still do. That was bad, huh? That was...
yeah.
So she was in the movie. I got to go out to dinner with her and afterwards and take her to the airport. But yes, so probably next year there will be this will come out with Kane Hodder and Bill Moseley. People know all about that, but she has also been in several different movies and stuff like that. She's been a producer on a few. So she is a budding actress from the haunt community.
That's pretty cool.
Making the jump.
That's pretty cool.
Making the jump.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Did you guys have any news?
No. Well, no.
No.
I still don't have my belt. I don't have my belt.
What's going on with that?
My news.
Yeah,
I messaged Robert today and I said, "Hey, do you have tracking on the belt?" I was afraid that it got lost or got delivered somewhere else. And like, if I got that belt in the mail and it wasn't mine, I would keep it.
Oh, absolutely.
So I thought, did somebody steal my belt? It hasn't been shipped yet. So he's apparently waiting on some swag, and meaning like, I think we're getting t-shirts and stuff, and he's waiting on swag and then he'll mail it. And he said, hopefully this week, I think is what he said. And I was like, okay,
Robert, by next Tuesday.
I will hopefully have it to you in about a week. So yeah.
Okay. Clock's ticking, Robert.
You've got a week.
Isn't Robert in Pennsylvania? It should can he just get one of those little don't you guys have the Wells Fargo trailers and stuff like that? The little
delivery.
The wagons?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys still use those, right? Yeah.
Horse and buggy. Right. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
That's how I get to work.
Right.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He's waiting on swag from somebody else.
He's gonna probably message me and go, "That's rude."
So I will. I hope I have it for next Tuesday. If I don't, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do.
She'll post a video. We'll put it on Haunt Tower. Don't worry about that. We got that covered.
Yeah. But that's my news. I have nothing else at all. No, I mean.
Okay. Well, then I have more stuff. We will just.
Okay, let's talk about more stuff. Let's do it. Convention facts.
Convention facts. Fact number 1.
Hey, what's wait, before we get into that, what is facts stand for those that have
Federal Administration of Conventions and Trade Shows.
Okay. So
why is there an S on the end?
I'm the president because of trade shows.
It doesn't make any sense.
does it.
It should be a fact.
Trade shows and shows.
Oh man. Okay.
Trade shows and sales. Trade shows and sales. Got it.
There you go.
There.
Facts done. Trade shows and sales. All right.
Okay. So Midwest Hunters Convention updated their map. It is this weekend. It starts technically Thursday is the pre-show all-day tour up in Michigan. Yeah, it's Thursday. Thursday is the pre-show tour. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the Friday is setup day. This is only a Saturday, Sunday vendor floor. Friday is setup day. There's a haunt tour on Friday night as well. There is a zombie march, as we've heard Kevin talk about many, many times. And the joke is that it is 17 miles uphill in the snow both ways. And that is the zombie march. I sent him a Snapchat yesterday that I was going to start a Santa march at the same time, and they were going to collide.
Oh my God.
He hasn't responded yet.
Hey, I know you're not the official MHC person, but what is the pit?
So the pit is where that's like all the seating and everything, and like the stage show. So when they have like a stage show, like the dating game, the costume contest, that'll all be there.
Why
you got the kid zone,
huh? Why do they call it the pit?
Probably
is it just called that at the convention? The convention calls it that?
No, I think the convention calls it that because it's probably roped off like that, and it's just it kind of looks like a pit. I don't know.
Maybe it sounds more fun than it. It sounds more fun than it probably is.
They could probably have like fake body, like do those scene setters of like all the body parts and everything like that with the spikes and stuff like that. Lay that down. That'd be cool. But you do have the kids zone, which is oddly enough right next to a bunch of haunted houses, like Days of the Living Dead, Zombie Army Productions, and Hell's Gate. It's right by the kids zone. Get them right.
That's right.
And then you got the creepy closeouts, which is where all of the like Kevin was telling us a couple weeks ago. That's where he's going to have a bunch of his one-offs. Ghost Ride will put stuff in there. All kinds of closeout stuff will be there. And then down here is the Chicago Haunt Builders. The awesome Chicago Haunt Builders, I might add, are doing their walkthrough again. So they're actually building a haunted house. Michael Peters, who was on the show a couple of years ago, I think last year, he's heading it up again. Got a bunch of people from the association to get together and paint and build it all and act in it. So that'll be going on. And there's all kinds of vendors in here, of course. So that is this weekend in Chicago. The other convention news is the classes are up for Texas Hunters Convention. You can go in and register once you've registered. If you've already registered, you got to go in and update your registration to add the classes. They're free, except for the make and takes. But they want to do a head count of how many people are coming, and that also shows them interest in the class. And if, like this is the second year for mine and Christopher's videography class. If we don't get a lot of people coming this year, then we need to find something else to teach next year. And they won't let us bring that class back because it's not providing the content that people want. So there is a bunch of classes. Bill Borner's back again. Melissa Winton will be there. There are, Froggy's Fog is doing a class. There's some makeup classes, costuming, stilt walking with Stiltby Studios, Rue. Some lighting design, voice control, AI stuff. So you can, 3D printing stuff, 12-volt power. That's done by Roland. Roland's doing that class.
Well, I can almost attest to you, Troy, to know that you aren't going to be teaching next year because Christopher Presley says, "Wait, we're teaching."
I love that.
So, yep, I think they already have their answer on that one, Troy.
That's because Christopher's not coming next year. Anyways, yes, we will be teaching.
He's the anchor.
I will teach something every year. Actually, now that I'll be living there, I will be doing a make and take next year. I just don't know what, but I'm going to encourage more make and takes because I think they've only got like 3. So I'm going to get people with the association together and let's get some more make and take.
How do you do a make and take when you say I fly there? Like, what do we do with it?
Generally, we try to make them small stuff. Like one of these is I don't know if they have the make and takes on this.
When they did it at HauntCon, it was a HauntCon. They did tombstones, but they were small enough to fit in your.
Well, that and the giant hammer they did one year, that was kind of dumb.
Yeah, well, that was.
Oh,
so
you have to prepare an empty suitcase whenever you travel.
Well, or it's
or just be like a guy and only pack 2 pair of underwear. And
that true. What several people did was they took the class to make it, so they knew how to make it, because almost all of us are hands-on people. And so if you make it, you don't necessarily have to take it home. You
just know how to make. You have that skill then.
Away. They just gave to somebody that lived nearby or was driving or whatever. I would say probably 75% of the people that come to Texas, and probably a lot of these shows, are local enough that they're driving. I mean, Transworld has a crap ton of people that drive.
I drive to Transworld because I plan on buying shit
home.
Right.
And it's expensive for my entire family to fly. So.
But generally what I do is I try to make my make and takes a smaller version of it, because you're just learning the tool and how to do it. Then you go home and make it bigger. So like I might do something monster mud, but it's going to be something that you could put in a suitcase, or if I do, something with candles or something like that, then it would be one candle, not a bunch, But yeah, so you can do that. You can register for those. That is the 15th and 16th of July in my new home state of Texas.
Congratulations, Troy.
Yes, congrats.
Congratulations.
If Troy's sober. Now, what Corinne is talking about here, we will discuss this for a moment. Years ago at West Coast, I made the mistake of staying at home for the convention. I was 15 minutes from home, and I thought, why get a hotel room? I'm 15 minutes away. Why should I? I'll just hang out and drink and then go home. Well, I did that. And I did not drink and drive, but I did not remember getting home, and I barely remember getting to the convention.
You didn't drink and drive, but you don't remember getting home. Who brought you home?
Ashley. She's the responsible one in this relationship.
Okay, you must. Yes.
So I get there, and I think it was their evil plan against me. They had me at a 10 a.m. make and take class that was making candle or LED lights, one of the two. And I had a handout, which was, I swear to God, if you're doing a make and take, please do a handout and do a video, because it's everybody in that class. What?
A handout? What do you mean by handout?
Yeah, like a
paper.
Just
a paper of like what you're doing.
And I did step-by-step handouts.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you know what? I want them to take this home and be able to recreate it again. Sometimes people get distracted, whatever. So I'm sitting there, and I don't remember all of it. Like, I don't remember what I was telling these people. I do remember taking my drill.
That's awesome.
Imagine me drinking, right? I took this very drill. I know everything's at hand. This very drill that I've had for 15 years.
Everything's in your backyard.
And I drilled right through my hand.
Oh.
I was holding the piece of PVC, and I went whoop, right through my hand.
What?
And I went right through the little
Did you have
thing.
To go?
Yep. Because I was using.
Did you have to go to the hospital?
No, of course not. I was drunk. It didn't even hurt. But
you were still drunk, or you were hungover?
I believe I was still drunk. And so
how do you get that drunk that you're drunk 10 hours later?
I don't think you've ever been to the 13th floor at this convention. It is one of the most.
Like,
I get it, but here's the thing about my body.
There in one spot.
It's
like everybody being in one
before I'd get like that. Like I would probably die.
I was young. I was younger. Okay?
Younger. Yeah.
Oh, younger. It was like 3 years ago. Shut up. But the good thing is I was actually pulled away from the class. I believe Ashley came and pulled me away. Somebody pulled me away because I was sweating. Like I was profusely sweating.
They still let you teach after that.
Oh yeah, every year. Even HauntCon did. HauntCon did. Texas does. Oh yeah, they're looking forward to this.
Oh, God.
So the best part is every single person left that class with a working light.
So who took over the class? Ashley?
Right? I was gonna say.
Because they all went with the handout. They
so
started
you
ignoring me like halfway through.
Don't need to be there.
Yeah, pretty much. If you do a handout, you can actually just hand it out.
Hand it out, walk away.
Hand it out, lay in the corner.
Teacher. It's like
lay in the corner and take it out.
I should have brought in the video and just wheeled it in on a cart.
On a cart. Yep.
You were the substitute for yourself.
I was. I will tell you that they never
awesome.
did put me at a 10 a.m. class again though. After that, and that was after the costume ball too, I believe. So that's even worse.
Lord.
Yeah.
Classic Troy.
Yeah, classic Troy.
Classic Troy.
So, yeah, Corinne says I didn't feel it. Hang with the Canadian. Yep, the Canadians. So yes, so we got taken care of that. Let's quickly skip on to
the how-to of the week.
Faster for some reason. Anyways, so I was alerted to this by my friend who's actually in the chat right now, Bartley. Alerted me to this channel called Sam Hain Prop Works. I'm not going to go through any of the videos because there's so many and I didn't want to pick one. If you're doing like old West type stuff or some pirate stuff, maybe a little more like period piece type haunts, this would probably be a really good channel to subscribe to. Also 3D printing stuff. So some of these things have 3D printing elements to it. But there's lots, foam letters, foam coating. There's a lot, and I really love the way they do the screen grabs. I like that because it tells you right away. It grabs your attention. It gives you a picture of what you're going to do and tells you what it is. So I really like the way they do these videos. So it is Sam Hain Prop Works, and they have 105 videos. Looks like they also do some cosplaying stuff on there too.
Do you know who the person is behind that?
Bartley
that video?
Bartley. Do you know Bartley?
I don't. Do you?
I'm asking Bartley. I'm waiting for him to chat.
Oh! I think it was like, do you know Bartley? I'm like, do you?
Oh, I know Bartley. I'm just telling. I'm waiting for him to answer.
Bartley. Sam Hain or Sam? How's it pronounced?
That's my buddy Sam.
Samhain.
Is that how you say it?
That's how you say it. It's a celebration beginning October 31st. Celtic Day.
I was going to say that's on my calendar, on my Google calendar.
Yeah. It's the original Halloween. I mean, it's what Halloween kind of came from and all that. And there's
sure.
Like, if you say it wrong, people are going to beat you up and stuff. Yeah, I know.
9th century, and then turned into All Saints Day.
Fun.
And then turned into Spirit Halloween. So
Jesus.
All Souls Day.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was just wondering because the name sounded familiar, and then I was like,
yeah. I believe there's a person on Facebook who's a haunter that their name is Sam Hain, I think, and or they.
That's where I've heard it. I know I've heard the name somewhere.
Yeah, I think they got caught and they had to change their name to be real.
Most likely,
I forget who it is. My real name's not Troy.
Probably some troll.
Troll or what?
Trolls. What? Hey, have you trolled anyone recently?
No, you know what? I haven't. I did check up on a couple of my
haters,
victims. And I am pleased to say that all is going well.
All is quiet
on my end, not their end. So yeah, the evil plans are working perfectly.
You're such a putz.
What did you call me? What did you call me?
I called you a
Did you call me putz? You know who's not a putz? Jonathan. Look, he's not even paying attention. Jonathan.
It's Joshathan. Hi, Joshathan. Nice to meet you.
Jonathan's cat.
His name's Jerry. He's great.
Everybody's named Jay in his house. Everybody.
Yes. Welcome to the Haunt Hour, where we get your name wrong, and we laugh at you for it.
You know what? I'll take it. Joa? Joshathan, that works.
Joshathan.
Noah?
I like Joshathan. I'm gonna play that.
Jonahua.
So, Joshathan.
Oh, Jerry's coming down.
Oh my God.
Well, I like long walks on the beach. We don't have many here, so it's kind of tough.
Okay. Oh my.
Yes. All right. Considering you live in Edmonton, the beach must be a hard place to get to.
Turn the TV on,
yeah. We have a couple man-made lakes. That's about it.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So now that we've got that terrible crap out of the way,
let's get to the real meat and potatoes.
Epic this time. Joshua, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself from the beginning? Like when you were a child and how you were, roped into doing Halloween against your will.
Well, I kind of started when I was young. Of course, when I was younger, a friend of mine or family friend used to put on a fairly large display at the community center that we used to go to. And that kind of got me into it. He would just do simple things, making little scenes, dressing mannequins up, a lot of more costume stuff. And I just really, really liked it. This was probably when I was like 12 or 13. And then a couple years later, he got asked to build an actual walkthrough. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll help you out. So we built a couple walkthroughs in the community center, which is a lot easier than doing it outside. Jerry, stay away. This is Jerry. Hi.
Hey, Jerry.
I think it's his dinner time, and I haven't fed him yet, so he could be annoying. But yeah, so we kind of went from there. When I moved out here to Edmonton from Winnipeg, I kind of just kept going and picked up YouTube videos, found a bunch of people that I liked watching, and just took what they did and kind of made it my own. Of course, everybody starts with a cemetery, so that's what I started with. Built some tombstones, threw some pumpkins on it, found a pumpkin eats away at foam. Not a good idea. Yeah, and just kind of made things that I liked and created things that I wanted. And probably about 3 years ago, I went, 3 or 4 years ago now, we went to Rutherford Manor and got our minds completely blown. For those who have been, yes, it's just unbelievable. So that kind of opened my eyes to what else we can do and the other things that we can create. So we started to build on what we can do and make things bigger and better. That was kind of one of the big ones that pushed us to do what we do now and really make things that were realistic. I never really liked the fakeness of some people's setups. Like I like when it is real looking, when it looks like what it's supposed to be. And for those who have seen a few of the pictures of what we got, we do a lot of rock walls and a lot of detailed scenes like that. And I try and make them as detailed as possible. You kind of feel silly when you have to paint wood to look like wood. And that was kind of my point where I'm like, this is ridiculous. It's too much, but I just kept going. Yeah, so that's kind of how we've gotten to be here right now. We just kept building on what we had and then found people who did things that were similar and looked to them and kind of learned and built our own ways of doing things. As Troy, as you saw when you were up here, we kind of did things a little bit differently, and some of the techniques worked and some of them worked even better. So it really depended on what we wanted to do, and we kind of adapted what we could get. For those who have been to the Great White North, you know that our Halloween, it can be raining, it can be snowing, we can have a blizzard, and it can be 30 degrees. So we really build our haunts to withstand almost anything. And I think that's the biggest.
That would be Celsius. That would be Celsius, by the way.
Yeah,
I can see Dan's hand kind of going, what's 30 Celsius? 30 is snow.
Sorry, the real measurements, Celsius,
right.
Not the height.
Weird Canadians. Weird. No.
Weirdos. God. But yeah, so we just enjoyed doing it. And I like the fact that, especially with ours, we build it to last. Like I'm not building it for this year and this year only, and then we throw it out and start fresh next year. No, like some of the things we built are now 4 years old. We've changed them, we've adapted them, but they're all built to last an extended period of time. And most of these things that we built currently this year will probably last us another 4 years. So,
when did you start, Joe Nathan?
Wow.
Joe Nathan.
Wow.
I'm just tossing. Like, when did you start building? When did you have your first walkthrough / display? What year was it?
So probably 2000. When did I get out here? 2010, 2011.
Okay.
And we've never done a walkthrough. This year is going to be our first year of actually having an actual walkthrough portion. We've done I don't know, Troy, how would you describe the Crypt portion? It's not really a walkthrough, it's a pass-through. You go into a building, but it's more or less a pass through. You don't have to stay there. There's nothing really specifically in that area. Well, there is, but it's not really a walkthrough, I would say, yet. So this year, though, it's going to be an entire walkthrough.
This kind
with
of
actors and stuff. Do you have actors?
Yeah, so like my mom and dad come in from Winnipeg. My little brother lives here as well, so he comes and helps us out. We have a couple other friends that come out and dress up. Nothing really. The big one that we want to kind of build on this year is our characters. So yeah, that's the catacombs. It's a crypt that we had built probably about 4 years ago, and it has, because I'm creative when it comes to architecture and stuff like that. I'm not creative when it comes to names. I can't come up with a dead person's name to save my life. So that's all family members. Those are all family members that have passed away. It was just so much easier.
Troy, can you go to a picture or a video and pause it where the ceiling shows inside that crypt? I have a question.
Yes.
So this is all carved foam, I'm assuming. How do you frame all of that out? Do you frame it out with 2x4s, 2x3s? I see there's wood there. That
no, it's solid foam.
Solid foam. So how do you?
So those are just solid foam pieces.
And how do you join them together?
They have an I-beam structure. So the I-beams get kind of I-beams. It's all plywood. The I-beams get attached to the fence behind it with zip ties, and then the foam pieces just slide into them.
Oh.
You can see them right there.
So it'll have like a foam piece on the front and back that sandwiches it together. And then holds it up against the fence.
Oh,
that's cool.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can take everything apart and stores really easily then.
Mm-hmm.
It takes about a day to get absolutely every wall put up. And that's encompassing our entire yard, going around the entire thing. And yeah, it takes a day to take absolutely everything down.
Huh. That's smart.
So yeah, it just made it a lot easier when we could. And that was kind of our big thing is, I know haunts that it takes them months to get things set up, and I really didn't want that. So we have 4x8 panels, and that's what everything is based off of. It's all based off of 4 foot by 8 foot sheets of styrofoam. So everything is lightweight and easy to take out.
So Troy's got it paused right there. I don't know if it's intentional or if it's just because the computer's slow. The ceiling there. Oh damn it! It was definitely.
I like how you put the bricks in and out.
The ceiling where it all joins together. Are those? How did you set that up so that? I'm assuming it's super easy and just boards laid up there, but they're all like they seem geometrically square and like yeah. And is that just black paper over the top, or what do you got on the ceiling?
That's actually plywood. Over the top of that is actual plywood sheets. Like that one was all plywood and 2x4s because we can actually walk on the top of there. So the big thing was that all of our electrical is put on top of there. So we have a bin with all of our power bars, our music, everything is placed in there. So I wanted to be able to access it. So it's 3/4 inch plywood and 2x4s. So the 2x4s that you can see going from side to side, they're actually spanning the entire thing. And then the rest of them just intertwine within. That portion, we actually got rid of that portion this year. We're updating it to something different. So that portion actually it's very heavy and it was a lot to set up. So we decided that, you know what, we're going to try something a little different. And we kind of just went to a little bit simpler of a setup, still detailed like this. But it's a different kind of design and display, using more of the foam, which we found was a lot easier to utilize.
How many foam panels do you have? I know you've counted. I know you know how many.
So right now, used and unused, we have about 180.
Oh my gosh.
So, so ones that have currently been carved, like this year, I just finished this weekend, carving 13 more rock walls, 6 more urn walls, 21 roof pieces, and 21 catacomb pieces. So it's a lot. It's a lot of foam, and then we still have. I've got. How many do I have in the back? I've got about 30 at the side of the house, and probably another 25 or 30 at the back of the house or back of the garage, and then plus whatever has been finished. So we have quite a bit, and that's kind of So those are the catacomb pieces that we've been building. So we do have quite a bit that we've been kind of building over the winter. For those again who haven't been up to Edmonton, it's cold in the winter time. We get snow, so you can't do much outside. So we kind of hunker inside and build what we can in getting preppered. Preppered's the right word.
Preppered. Right? That's a great word.
Preppered.
I love that.
We're going with it. Preppered.
I'm adding that to my vocabulary. Absolutely.
Right. I like it.
So Joshathan, whenever you carve this foam and like this wonderful, beautiful example that's on the screen now, and you use it, like when you're done with that scene in 3 years or 4 years, whatever, is that done? You're done with that? Like, can you repurpose that at all once it's carved into one thing, or you're just like done with it?
This is the first actual time that we've carved something specifically. 90% of what we have is revamped every year and reutilized. So our background, is the same or similar. So it's all of our rock walls. And then it's just what goes in front of it that changes it. This was the first year that we actually carved something that was specific for one area. And it's kind of going to be like our entryway is going to be an urn room. So it'll be very similar to what you're seeing now. It'll just be urns instead of tombs. So I think we'll probably end up keeping it. We can revamp it. Like we can recarve it if we'd like. That one had quite a bit taken out of it, so I don't know if we're ever going to be able to. It'll most likely just kind of stay as it is, which I'm not sure. We'll see how it works.
Right. That's cool. I know nothing about foam carving.
When I went there to see this, he had.
Sorry, I was just saying it's really fun and easy to use, and that's the nice part about it is that it's durable. You can do most anything with it. Like this is just a white beaded foam, and it gives a really natural look when you carve it and heat gun it because it breaks off randomly. So we're not continuously trying to shape things to make it look like a rock. You can literally just there's us we're painting it. We're literally just letting it carve itself. Kind of, we let the hot knife make the details on it, and then we let the heat gun melt away whatever it can, whatever we want to, whatever we don't want. So.
Where did you learn how to do this? Are you self-taught? Did you take classes?
Like lots and lots of Google searching. I kind of just figured it out. So I remember talking with Therese and Hugh from Rutherford about this because I had this idea to do this. My original idea was Therese can vouch was not a good idea. I was going to be very, very messy and not have a lot of fun. I was planning on routering out everything.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? Yeah, great idea. So Hugh says, well, why don't you just use the hot knife and shape it? I'm like, wow, yes, good idea. Thank you for asking, Josh. So that's kind of what we did. We just got the hot knife and figured out that, you know what, that was easier. The catacombs part that we built before was actually a lot more fun. So the one with all the small bricks, that's all individual bricks. We individually cut each one of those, put them up against, and then heat gunned it to make it shrink, and it created a brick look. And that actually took a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun to build. Jerry, 1 second, I go let Jerry in.
I love it.
Awesome.
Cat tells you when he needs to eat. It's ridiculous.
It's exactly what Troy's wife says.
What now? Meow.
Right.
Meow.
Put him outside.
So yeah, these are some of the tombstones we did. We got an idea from someone else from Grant actually to do serial killers, and I'm like, that's perfect. I like it. So we kind of just looked up some really old serial killers and went about it that way. It was a lot easier. Again, because I'm not creative when it comes to names of people.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So I guess the next question that I have is, you've got 180 sheets of foam and then everything that goes in between. Where do you put it all? Where does it all go?
Yeah, well, so that was one thing that we really took into account when we were designing and building things, is storage. Because I understand we don't have, we have a double car garage, we have a fairly large shed, but we don't have room to stack hundreds of these things. So we grabbed a double car carport, and that's where we've been putting everything. So everything right now is there. It'll all be coming out in a couple months when Halloween starts, and we'll figure out how to store it after that. So thankfully, they're all flat and they all kind of stack on top of each other, so it makes it a lot easier to store things.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
that's cool.
180 sheets. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Some haunts, like professional haunts, don't even have that.
Right.
Have that amount of wall panels compared to that.
We were lucky. We were really lucky with getting this stuff, because a lot of what we do, we've kind of just pieced it together. There's a stack on the left. That was what we started with. But a lot of it we find it's all free. So all of this foam was free.
Wow.
All I had to do was pay for the U-Haul to go get it. So that was really it. Besides that, it was all free.
So can you give somebody a lead? Can you give somebody a lead? Since you're in Canada, where do you find that amount of free foam? Because everybody wants to know that question.
He's not going to tell. Gatekeep, Joshathan, gatekeep. Don't tell anyone.
He wouldn't tell me.
No, it's fine because he doesn't have any left, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
A friend of mine, he makes tiny homes out of recycled materials, and so somebody had actually just dropped this off. He was really close to Dow Chemical, which is a chemical plant up here that makes styrofoam. You guys will know it as the Pink Panther foam, that kind of stuff. So somebody just showed up with a truck and asked him if he wanted it. It was a semi-truck filled with this stuff. And he said, yeah, sure, I'll take it. And then he calls me up. He's like, hey, what's the insulation value on this stuff? I'm like, nothing. Nothing. There's no insulation with this stuff. I'm like, it's literally zero. I said, I think I Googled it. It's like R5, which is nothing. Right. And so he was like, well, shit, like I have no use for that then. You want it? Right. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, pretty much. So originally I called up a couple friends and was like, hey, what do you guys want? So a few people wanted 5, 10, 2, 3 sheets. And so I got a U-Haul and loaded it up and gave it to them. And then I figured out what I was going to do with it. Once we figured it out, we went and picked the rest up.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So Corinne wants to know, how does it hold up in the wind? And I know that kind of goes into how you put the panels together too. So if you can talk about how you put
we've never had a sheet fall down.
Yeah.
So you
I think that's the big thing.
I was gonna say, you zip tie some of them to a fence. How do you hold the others down? Or is it all to fencing?
So
stakes? How does that work?
Most of them are all zip tied to the fence. Like they all attach to on the front and on the sides, they're all zip fence. The only ones that aren't are on the back, and those have like the green fence posts. We stake those into the ground and then just attach to those. And it creates a really strong support. The other nice thing with it is it works well for wind barrier. So if we want to utilize fog, we can. We at least have the option because we don't get any wind on the inside. Because all 4 sides are blocked in entirely. So.
Yeah. That's super cool.
So yes, wind is good against wind.
Jessica wants to know, what kind of paint do you use for your foam? or how do you paint them all?
Honestly, just exterior latex. We get from a company called Deluxe. They usually have really good sales, so we'll make sure to clean it up as best we can, prime it, and then coat it in paint. We usually only do 1 or 2 coats depending on what color we're doing. And yeah, we end up we use a Greco airless sprayer. If anybody's ever used one of those, they are amazing. And if you haven't, you need to get one. They make a hunter very happy because it takes no time at all to paint lots of things. But yeah, that's what we utilize. We find it really easy, like exterior paint, as long as it's exterior. Even if it's interior, we have a bunch of just scraps of paint that people were getting rid of, friends were getting rid of. They didn't need any more. I was like, yeah, sure, it's brown, it's green, it's gray. I'll take it. I'll use it at some point in time. So we've kind of just built off of that. And yeah, mostly just exterior. As long as it's exterior paint, then there's no issue.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Jellyfish.
So yes, I had the pleasure of visiting this last year in October. See, there I am. I'm right there.
Oh, look at you.
Aw, what a cute picture.
What's
I know,
cute?
right?
Adorable.
It
Aww.
was, yeah. Then he went back to America.
I was the scariest thing in that cemetery.
Kids ran.
Right, absolutely. But it was awesome to see it in the daytime, to see a lot of the detail and everything, and to really get a good look at, how he had created all those things. How long did it take you to make all those candles?
Too long. I never want to do that again, ever. We probably spent.
There's your picture of the fence stuff too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I like that one. I love those archways. We probably spent hundreds of hours making and staining and painting all those candles, because we literally had to cut them, heat gun them, and then add flicker LEDs into each one of them. So it took a good long time.
Yeah. You have them all over the place in there too.
That one was a lot of fun to make.
That's a lot of candles.
I love that. And I love how the different colors. It's just you do great with the lighting as well.
Great.
Lighting's a big thing with me, so I love seeing all the different colors
Okay.
and the contrast and everything.
Yeah, we really started, again, some really big influences on it. We really started to kind of take up on their lighting and how they were doing it, and then really focus on it. So, we upgraded ours last year, I think it was. We added gobos to each one of our lights and made them a little more durable. So we make all of our own lights. We found it just a lot easier. We found that we had way too many plugs going on to make it even manageable. So now our everything except for one chandelier runs off of two plugs.
That's nice.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's
very
nice.
Yeah. So again, the simplicity is our big thing.
Yeah. I've also noticed that you have been doing a lot of make and takes, and you've been obviously trying to get the community together and bringing a lot of people together to make things. What have you made so far, and what are your plans for the future on make and takes?
So we started with just doing simple ones like tombstones, the candles. We've done a couple corpsing ones. We tried some of the tape ghost ones. I think the kids or the adults just wanted to tape up their kids. I'm pretty sure that was their reasoning. I don't think they actually liked what came out of it. They just wanted their kids to be taped up. It was good fun. Those ones were fun. I like the idea of getting together and helping each other out. There is so much that I do foam. I do foam and 3D printing. And those are kind of our big things when it comes to Halloween. But there's a lot that I like. Pneumatics. Oh yeah. forgot I gave you that picture. But there's a lot of things that I don't know about, and I would love to get more people together to be able to share this. So even with the Canadian Haunters Association, we've been trying to do a little bit more of the make and takes or make and stays, and just getting people to figure out and learn how to do different things, because there are so many different things to learn that why the heck not?
Yep. Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because you did like these. What'd you do to make the vines?
Oh, those trees were. Oh crap! What was it? You'll have to take the class though. We're actually having one next week. So if you want to just fly up, I'll tell you then.
Oh, I'm on it. I'm on my way.
Yes.
You're gonna have to tell my wife that I can't pack next weekend then.
Exactly. You know what? Just tell her to get started, and then you'll come help out when you get back.
I've been trying everybody. Nobody will come here and help me pack this garage. Nobody. Yeah. I keep offering. Nobody.
Sorry, I'm busy that day.
I'm busy that day.
So yeah, those are actually really easy. It was what do you call it? Like fencing wire that you use to tie fence to posts, and you would take two of them, spin it. Those are a little bit thicker and a little bit heavier. Make your shape, and then cover it in spray foam. And then once it's covered in spray foam, you cover it in plastic bags, black plastic bags. That was it.
Wow.
Interesting.
That is crazy. I like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it was like a friend of mine. He was actually the one that asked me to do it, my friend Kyle. And yeah, he just wanted to he thought it was really cool. So I'm like, yeah, let's do this.
Did you end up doing the embers?
No.
Okay.
No, we never really found. We were talking about doing it, and I was trying to get people interested in it, but nobody really got interested in them. And I know there was a couple people that went a little bit overboard with them. Trez and Hugh.
Trez and Hugh.
Yeah, those were our candles. But yeah, too many. But yeah, it was never something that I really found to be useful, at least in our haunt. Maybe one day I had a few ideas about how to use them, but never really kind of went on it. Yeah, that was our first tombstone class.
And I like how it's like not like none of your tombstone shapes are like normal. And I like that. Mm-hmm. They're all unique. They've been I just saw somebody the other day was on I think it was Toolbox, and they were asking, I've seen people use that white foam for their tombstones, and I only ever use pink. And I'm like, well, there's two different styles of tombstones. If you're going for more, old style stone organic, you want the white stuff because it carves a lot better. It scrapes, it cuts, it gouges. Whereas the pink foam is rigid. That's the nice clean granite lines. Yeah. Everything like you can rough those up, but it doesn't look like that white foam when you take that rasp to it and stuff like that.
The white foam in general, I find, just has a lot more of an organic look. And even all of our tombstones we made last year, we made 24 of them, plus the two big ones, and they were all just scraps. They were just scrap pieces that I had no idea what we were going to do with. So I'm like, you know what? Let's use these up. So we used as much of them as we could up and just found something that would fit.
Yeah. That is cool. I'm really excited to see you guys do the make and takes and stuff like that. That's a big thing with me. I love getting together with people, and I love, making things with people, because I've even learned stuff while I'm giving the class. I will learn something from somebody. They'll be like, well, how about what if we do it this way? I'm like, oh, that's so much easier, So I mean, I love it.
Exactly. And I agree. I really like that.
Speaking of so much easier, Troy, maybe we should talk about the toolbox question of the week.
What? You mean like this?
The question of the week.
I think we had this last week, but we're going to do it again. I was trying to remember.
I wasn't on last week, so it's a redo.
Oh, okay, here you go, Susie, because it's all about you. Here you go.
It is.
Drum roll, please.
That's it. I'm not playing.
I'm not.
She's out. She's out too.
What's your top 3 tools as a hunter?
Panties are not included.
Yeah.
Those are given.
I want to know because this is probably has something to do with foam carving, which I'm very, very interested in. I know nothing.
Oh, the question's for me.
Yes, of course.
Yep, it's for you.
Oh, wow. Top 3 tools. I got to go with what I started with. Heat gun, hot knife, and an axe.
An axe?
An axe?
Oh, an axe.
I need to know more.
Yeah, why an axe?
Do tell.
So an axe, so again, I am big on organics. I am big on natural looks. I don't like going meticulous, and I don't like, precise, exact lines. No, I just want to hack away at it and see how it turns out. So I found an axe to be very random and spontaneous, and depending on how I was feeling that day would depend on how things would come out. So a lot of the urn walls were very hacked away to try and figure out how to make them look a little rougher.
And you use the axe for the foam or the wood, or yes, all of the above?
Oh, yeah. So the axe, I actually just started using the axe this year on the urn walls. That's how we added a lot of the detail and distress onto them. So these, surprisingly enough, these pieces of foam that you're seeing here, that's how they were. I just happened to have them. They were already broken. We broke them up a little bit in certain spots, but for the most part, that's what they looked like. I just added things. But yeah, when it came to an axe, I find an axe to be the most beneficial when it comes to organic carving.
Great answer. Sorry for asking so many questions.
Oh, good. Yeah. So those, it just became very organic. Like we originally started, Grant was actually helping me with those. When we originally started, we were like trying to use a saw and a knife, and I'm like, no, what? Screw it. I have an axe. Here we go. And we just started chipping away at it. And it ended up working really well, and it gave a lot of an organic rock look.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I'm really excited to get these ones painted, just to see how everything pops out.
Yeah.
Cody wants to know when he moves next door to you if you've ever talked to your neighbors about expanding.
Who's Cody? I've never met this
Cody,
person.
I don't know. Some guy. He run. He's a nightmare. He's a nightmare. Just.
I think he's the one that puts up all the blow-ups, isn't he?
Yes, he did. Yes. All the blow-ups and the
and that one.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, that one. Okay, I know which Cody you're talking about. We talk about him all the time. So we have sort of we've talked with a few of our neighbors, and the ones on either side are okay with it, and they are fine with us expanding into their yards. So I think if it ever comes a time where we want to do more of a walkthrough portion, that will take the walkthrough up with our yards, and then potentially just put the graveyards in our neighbors' yards, and just have it kind of spread out like that.
Oh, that'd
cool.
be cool. Yeah. That was something that was suggested to me when I moved in here, was that since I was doing a cemetery, they were like, well, if your neighbors love it so much, why don't you just go and make tombstones and put them in each, like 1 or 2 in each yard on the street? And I was like, yeah, I probably could do that. But I got one guy a couple houses down. He's out there mowing his lawn and playing with his lawn like every day. So there's no tombstones in that yard. I've thought about it, and I'm like, that would be pretty cool.
I think the big thing is that we've recycled so much of what we have. Like we've started to, we'll build something and then we just get rid of it. Like we'll build it, it'll last, a couple seasons, and that's it, we're done. And it's not that it doesn't work anymore. It's just it doesn't work with us. Like a lot of the stuff from 4 or 5 years ago was very childish, let's say, for lack of a better word. It was very juvenile. So I don't want to have it anymore. We've gotten out of that. We've gotten a little bit more into serious, fun Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, you
but we've
grow.
gone a little bit
You grow
more
up.
realistic.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, and you want to be a real boy.
That's happened. That's happened with us at our haunt too.
You
There's
want
stuff.
to be a real boy?
Who wants to be a real boy? What? Me.
You grew up to be a real boy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I actually say that all the time. I'm a real boy now. I say it all the time.
It's late at night for her. Come on, give her some slack.
I'm wearing contacts for the first time, so that's why.
Oh, yes, contacts at that spring. Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm delirious.
But yeah, I don't know. I think we've gotten to a point right now where we have a style, and we've kind of the stuff that we have right now, we're most likely going to be keeping for an extended period of time. Like it's not going to change all that drastically. That we're going to want to revamp it all and get rid of stuff. So right now we're just getting rid of stuff that we've had used in previous years, and it's like, oh, this just doesn't fit anymore. I can't break this down and reutilize it, so let's just get rid of it. So we've been doing that slowly, but yeah.
Well, and your theme doesn't handcuff you. I mean, yeah, you can't do clowns, but
would you want to?
Well, but it's but it's the fact that the theme is timeless, and you can use that in you can change up that it's catacombs now, but rock walls could be. I mean, you could go medieval. You could go all several different routes with rock walls that you wouldn't have to change them
definitely
at all.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of the big thing is that it's very we can utilize it. Like we've thought of doing a Gothic church. We thought of doing like underground tunnels into like a mine shaft, and like we thought of doing other things still in relation to kind of catacombs and that type of thing and crypts, but maybe just a little bit different, but still utilizing that backdrop. And yeah, like you said, it's rock walls. We can use it for anything. If we wanted to go pirate, we could go pirate. Like the options are limitless. We're not going pirate.
Right.
That's very clever of you.
When's the show over?
Right. Well, after that joke,
quit asking questions. We might be able to go faster. Chop.
Wow.
Get it? Chop.
Wow.
So I think you touched a little bit on what your plans are for this year, but do you have anything like really exciting that you're just like you just can't wait to get into other than the urn walls and everything?
The catacombs room I'm really excited about. I'm really excited. I don't remember if I sent you pictures of that. I
don't think so.
I don't have them. I would have to access my phone, which means I couldn't talk to you.
Yeah.
Technology. Right. So one of the things that we've done, or that we did the other weekend when we had our Canadian Hunters, when we had our meeting, we kind of set up just to test everything and make sure it all fit together. Because that's one thing that we never do is this is our first year that we've actually been able to test things and put them together before Halloween. Okay. We never do that. We always just pray to the lords above and below that they fit together.
Yep.
So this year we were actually able to actually put everything together and realize, okay, everything fits. Yay!
Right.
So we got to set it all up, and now that we have it all set up, I am so excited to have this all painted and put together. So this year we got more into 3D printing, and I don't know if anybody's ever 3D printed, but a lot of what you can print it's just unbelievable. Like we did. These are some of the lanterns, but it's just like simple little things. This one failed; it didn't work out so well. But some of the lanterns that you can print are just amazing. So we found a couple styles that we liked, and we've been painting them and building them. And that's going to be the only light that we have. Will be from these lanterns. So the lanterns will pretty much guide the way through the catacombs. And you've probably seen the picture, but it was like I think it's the catacombs of Rome or something like that. But they're all like lopsided and bigger. Well, some are bigger, some are smaller. That's kind of what we took our inspiration from. So none of the walls are flat and straight and true. They're all a little bit crooked and wobbly and lopsided. And I find just the deception of your eye really, it just throws it when you go this type of shaping. And that's what I'm really excited about this year, is getting that. And being that it's our first actual walkthrough, like everything will be foam. So I'm very excited to actually build our first walkthrough and see if we can even do this.
Right.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
So to answer your question, the Children's of St. Jude, that's where we're going to be giving all the money to.
Look at that. He's our new host, by the way.
That's right. Troy, I don't know if you've given up on the season.
What?
Sorry, who do what?
What? Dan, you're fired.
I didn't hear you.
Dan, you're fired. You're fired.
Welcome to
I was too busy drinking my vodka.
That's all right.
Right.
Oh,
I'll see myself.
Right, exactly.
See, when I'm host, I would never kick you out like that.
I appreciate that.
He kicked himself out. What do you think happened?
So I would like, I mean, Cody, I have to admit, I came all the way from Oregon and saw his haunt, and you live a half an hour away.
Less than an hour away. What's your excuse, Cody?
Yeah, I actually went from his no, I went to Josh's, and then I went to
from Dawn.
Dawn Halloween's, and then I went to Cody's after that. I saw some amazing haunts in Edmonton, by the way. Speaking of haunts in Edmonton, this blew me away when I saw this, that there are this many places in the surrounding area of Edmonton that have haunts. I was, and there are a lot of them.
Are these like yard haunts, pro haunts, everything?
Yeah.
This is everything.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
They're mostly yard haunts. So a lot of them will be yard haunts. I don't think there are any pro. I think like Rutherford's down here. And then Cody's not on this map. He's a little further south. But yeah, Rutherford's on here. And then Fundraiser Freight is on here as well.
Yep.
All those guys. Oh, geez.
This is the one that I went to during the day with Grant. The Christmas, he puts Christmas and Halloween together, and it is just gigantic amount of stuff in there. It's
That's cool.
It is.
That's cool.
It is nuts. It got a lot of.
Oh yeah, they do a lot.
Yeah, which actually is really cool because then he doesn't have to take any. He doesn't have to take it down. He just dressed it up for Christmas. Cody, I don't know why you're not on the map because you're down here. All right, you're down in Leduc, right? I know that's where I went. But maybe it's because you're down low, south of the 625 there.
625, yeah.
I'm not on it either. I'm out of towner. I don't think that's fair. I think you both need to be on the map. So I don't know who does. I'll send Cody a link to this so he can get on it, but I know that it's just like my map of the Northwest. I don't know. It was created by somebody. I found it on a news website before I came up there, and because I was like, well, I want to see what else.
Created by somebody.
By somebody. I know. So this map was created by a user. I create my map for Northwest and for Texas, but I don't know what this.
There's a couple of them that are made for up here, and there's the Northside Hub does one. So it could be them. And they put together a map like this, but yeah, I'm not really sure who made this one. But yeah, that's the idea this year for Canadian Haunters is to have something along this lines to give people hey, here's where haunted houses are, here's where setups are. That way people can go out and check them out because we've done it a few times where we just go take a drive around and that one's cool, that one's cool, and just see what everybody's got.
Yep. I'll just say this out there, Hugh from Rutherford. I may or may not have a video on my YouTube page about how to create a haunt map. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Troy has the most excellent haunt map out there.
I'm just saying it looks just like this, but mine is all categorized out like it's pro haunts, mazes, walkthroughs or home walkthroughs and home displays are separated out so you can pick, and stuff like that. So
you'll have to send me a link.
Yeah, I will.
It's definitely cutting edge.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And it's made by the Google thing.
I'll send you a link to mine.
Yeah. See, that's good. Information sharing, everybody. You see that? It was awesome. But man,
Well, you watch my OnlyFans, I'll watch yours. That's how it goes.
Oh, speaking of OnlyFans and it getting hot in here.
Hey, OnlyFans.
It's time for rapid fire questions.
It's time.
Do you know how this works, Joe?
Joa.
Joshua, Cavefish.
Oh, Joshathan, we're going to ask you 5 questions.
Joe Jonathan.
Shalom.
Joe LaCuisha.
We're going to ask you 5 questions.
First question, what is your name?
What is your
No, that's for Troy. You have to ask Troy what your name is.
I don't know.
That's
I don't know
the
what
question.
you do.
Rapid fire.
He's not a real good friend, and you should not pick him if anybody asks you who's better.
Yeah, that's going to bite me in the ass now.
Wow. It really is.
Yeah, I hope it does.
Troy, how do you say my last name?
Hanesiak.
Hanesiak.
I would say
wow.
Hanesiak. Hanesiak.
No, Hanesiak.
That's what I said.
Really?
What?
Dan got it right.
Dan. Shut up, Dan.
Wow. You must watch my OnlyFans.
I approve that message. Oh.
And I'm
Did you learn your lesson, Dan? Did you enjoy your timeout? Did you enjoy your timeout?
Just put me in
Quit being
timeout.
a smarty pants. All right.
Next, it's a dunce hat. Watch yourself.
5 questions. Are you ready to go?
All right, let's do this.
5 questions. If you had 1 hour with any haunter, who would it be?
Derek Young, Ben Oaks.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Yes.
All right. You're the first one on any haunted house trade show floor. What's the first vendor you go to and what do you buy? No limit.
Froggies and all the fog machines I can take home in my suitcase.
Ooh.
There you go. They do have I bet you that if you buy a bunch of them, you probably get free shipping. So
Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about this.
Have you seen how far it is up to Canada?
Yeah, no, there's no free shipping to Canada.
Hey.
That's the only problem.
When you take my dog sled, it's expensive.
You have to get it. What? You already got a line on U-Hauls. Come on.
All right. Question number 3. Troy or Dan?
Oh, see, I'm not a fan of bald guys, so definitely Dan.
What are you talking about? I'm not bald.
You are the man. It's already been said. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. Troy, you counted your eggs before they were hatched.
I even saw his
Like,
house.
Troy, we had our fun. We made our video. Like, we've had our experiences. We're good.
We're good.
It's Dan's turn. It's Dan's turn.
He's moved on. I'm the new toy.
God.
5 minutes with Joshua Washington.
Susie, you feeling uncomfortable yet?
I'm fine. I'm honestly, I live with gay guys. So if you guys want to hook up and do your thing,
I will send you a pair of Haunt Hour panties for that answer. So
yes,
we get
for free. Free shipping. As many as you can put in your purse. Are you laughing, Troy? You giggling over there?
I don't laugh when I say panties.
All right. All right. Now, question number 4. If you had a chance to go to any haunted house, which one would it be? Canada or United States?
Troy's.
Oh, yeah. He's going to pick you.
Wait, Troy, do you have a haunted house?
I have a display.
Snap.
It's in the backyard.
I have a display. Damn it.
It's in the sheds.
I'd want to go to dark just because like watching Still Be Studios was kind of the start. Like those were one of the first tutorials that I ever watched on how to make things, and it really kind of gave me a kick in the right direction, I think. And just to see what those guys can do would just be amazing.
Yes, I would agree. It's a great show.
I think they're in Texas, right? Isn't somebody else moving to Texas soon?
Somebody who's going to have a guest room.
I think anybody important is moving to Texas.
I I could probably get you backstage tour too, but you didn't pick me. So
Oh,
Hey, don't worry. Just when you see Alan, just say my name. You'll get in just fine. You'll be just fine.
Right. You don't need Troy. You're good.
He'll get into
Good.
hour dark, not dark hour.
That's the Wish version. That's the Wish version.
As long as they let me come in the back door, I'm okay.
Oh, wow.
Welcome
And
back.
on to question number 5.
Yes.
The fifth
And
and
there's
final
no
question.
Alan Hops. There's Howlin' Ops.
Howlin' Ops.
Wrong.
A new character has been born.
He's never coming on this show again.
No.
I think after the first time he decided.
No, but I bet you we can get Howlin' Ops on.
No, bet you we could.
Anyway, question number 5. Last one. It's pretty straightforward. I think I know what your answer is going to be. Actors or animatronics?
Actors.
That's where I always go to.
Yeah, as much as I love animatronics, I think they have their place. I feel like too many people overuse them. I like personally in ours, I don't plan on having much of anybody acting inside of our haunt. It's all styrofoam. If we scare the shit out of somebody, they're going to break everything. They're going to Kool-Aid Man through the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. All we'll get is oh, no. Like, no. So, yeah, I like people. I like people being able to look. And that's kind of I enjoy when people can watch. And wow, that's not bad.
Don't worry, it's our last episode ever.
Wait a minute.
We're absolutely fine.
Of course you do. That's why you have an OnlyFans.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes, OnlyFans.
There you go.
No, I like when people can actually stop and look around and they can actually look at things, because I don't like when people just walk around and miss so much stuff. Like I like when they see all the details and they want to stop and look. And I feel like with animatronics, you're constantly going to have something. Oh, again, we're going down there jabbing you in the face, and we're just next question.
Susie, get your phone out quick! Change the subject.
Susie, we need to.
I'm going to save the day. Wait a second.
Save the day.
That's what she said.
How many days till October? Oh, shut up! How many days till October 31st, 2023?
It's 147 days until then.
Oh,
fantastic!
God.
Thank you for saving the day.
God.
Dang it! Wow.
It took a while to say this episode. I'm not going to lie.
It's Pride Month. It's Pride Month. We can do whatever we want.
This is true.
I am proud to say that we are no longer allowed on the air by the FCC of America. So that's didn't know they could come down on podcasts, but they did.
Everything is fine.
Good thing it's all linked to Dan's name, not mine. That's DANDOBLE in Waka 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 Waka, Wisconsin.
Oh, that's double. I thought there was double.
He sounds like a Muppet.
Double?
That's because that's where Dan lives. Dan lives in Muppet Land. So.
Waka Waka.
Waka Waka.
Waka Waka Waka.
Oh, geez.
So now we have come to the in the show where I got to check to make sure there's no more comments about Sean's not here to say panties, so we got that.
Where's Sean?
He's on a cruise or something with his wife and kids. Some stupid family time shit.
Stupid.
I don't know. Very upset with Sean.
He's gonna rewatch this and be like,
he'll watch it. He'll be like, they never mentioned me until there it is.
There it is. There it is.
There it is. But we have come to the point in the show where we are going to tell people where to find all of the awesome stuff that is Creepy Crypt Haunt. You are in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It says right here, Creepy is in Lauderdale. So just don't worry about it. He's out in Florida. The whole Canada thing is a lie.
Somebody took a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
They did.
You're close.
Oh, Murillo.
Joshua, are you regretting saying Dan now? Because Troy's just totally wrecking.
No, I'm absolutely not. Dan is way more handsome than Troy.
Thank you. I appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for that. Is it the hair?
It's the hair. I was going to say
it's the hair, it's the glasses, it's just the overall personality and the desire to enjoy panties. Like,
thank you.
It's not even your hairstyle; it's that you have hair, right?
Exactly.
Dan, are you converting the payments to Canadian before they go to Joshua? Or are you doing it after? Are you making him do it?
I pay in Bitcoin.
I'll transfer anything.
Loonies and toonies. Yeah. Dan, what's a loony? What's a loony, Dan? Come on, Dan. What's a toonie?
What?
Wow.
I don't know.
Just because he's been in Canada, he thinks he can talk to you like that?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He's a loony. I'm a toonie. We're good. They're coins, Dan. They're coins. The freaking Canadian
were cartoons.
You could pop the middle out of the loonies, I believe, right?
That's fun. I'm glad you know.
It's not easy. I'm pretty sure it's also illegal.
That's what I was told. It is illegal to pop the middles out of the loonies, but
yep, they will find you.
Yeah, right.
ISIS will come after you.
That's right. So you've got Creepy Crypt Haunt on Facebook. Creepy Crypt Haunt.
Yep.
You can also follow them on the Instagram. It's now going to magically load again. That was already loaded up, and now it's going to load again. That's fucking great. So you can. There you go. See right here.
Dude, it's just so got a picture. Hey, if everybody wants to get this is when Troy melts down.
You mad, bro?
He's got it. He's got a little picture of Dan in there. It's right there. It's
Troy, you were doing so good until now.
I know. Look. There's me again. There I am.
Oh,
boom.
yeah. I gotta bring it back to Troy.
Boom. Bring it back to me in my cool
That was
shirt.
the most disliked post.
It looks photoshopped. Are you sure you were there?
I see 45 people like it.
Yeah, but it doesn't show how many people don't.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Instagram doesn't
It
have that
doesn't
many
show how many people were laughing at it.
Well, you know what? Boom.
No, I think they were just laughing because you were wearing a toque and a jacket in October. Like, come on.
It was actually.
That's like t-shirt weather.
I thought it was going to be cold.
That is t-shirt, shorts, and flip-flops.
Yeah, I only brought warm clothes. That they said it's a great white north, so I was like, there you go.
Again,
But no,
not listening to your friends.
I know. It's just whatever. So, yeah.
I have to find this photo now, and I'm gonna laugh.
And you're gonna laugh.
Oh,
Where'd he go?
Did that
I don't like to hear. Oh, there we go.
Did you get scared, Troy? Because I just saw you jump.
I don't see it.
Guys, PG-13. Dan's being punished. Troy's being punished.
Oh my!
Yep. Find the tape. Find the tape. Troy, don't stay in there, Troy. There it is.
Guys, we're witnessing Troy being kidnapped.
I think he's seriously in trouble right now.
I think, Troy, if you're in trouble, blink twice. He's not blinking.
Oh, I think this is where we end the show.
It is. Dan, what's going on? What's going on for next week?
Well, next week is our final season episode. So we
episode of the season.
It's episode of the seasons where we talk about each other and our panties, and we get really drunk.
Well, and wear your sportiest panties. I'll wear mine. I know you guys will wear yours.
Yes,
definitely.
And you can call into the show and we'll talk about what you're wearing. All right. I think I'm going to call.
I think this was the cue that Troy's been replaced. I'm the new host.
Yeah.
There it is.
I think so. This is it.
That totally makes sense. There we go.
Okay.
All right. So season 4 next week, Tuesday.
Joshua
takes over.
All right, we got this.
We don't have to worry about Troy anymore.
We're just gonna talk about a few things here.
I'm sure you'll have better internet too, so we won't have to worry about
absolutely for sure.
Anyway, we're just kidding though, Troy. We still love you, even though you're getting shipped off to somewhere we don't know yet.
Yeah, I hope you have enough air in there, bud. Poke some holes in there, honey. Make sure you can breathe.
With a big knife.
He's full of a lot of air, so he'll be fine.
Wait, an axe. Use an axe.
Yes, use an axe.
She's looking for one.
Hey, look, I found one. Whack. Anyway, thank you for coming on tonight. Thanks for everybody watching. We will see you for our final episode next week, Tuesday, 8:00. Enjoy. And maybe we'll see Troy next week. Hopefully.